Wednesday night, YouTube friends and family. Welcome back to Mixing with Benny and Friends. This is Benny to my left. I don't know if it's to anyone else's left. I'm Bobo, CJ, Graham, Bill. We're all friends. So, yeah, I've never introduced a live show before. How did that go? I'm going to say hello to the chat. We've got Big D Vapes, Kentucky Bill Vapes, Vaping with CJ, Standard, Net Realities are all here. Vaping Mank, Simon Bridgewood, West Yorkshire Vapor, Solmark, Stuart Hayton, Dion 78, and I think that's everyone. Michael Sherrington, welcome all. So, what are we all vaping on? I am vaping on new toys. I've got the old one, which I had last week. I only just got it last week. I have got the diesel sat on top of that. I've had about 7 pulls through it. Fucking love it. I have got the Magmet Mate with the MD mouth to lung on the top of it. Move that a little bit back, show me the light a little bit at it. I have got the Coil Art Mage with the Kylan 2 sat on top of there with a little bit of tasty fruity mojito, and I have got another Magma box with a Rainbow Juice X on there, and I've got more tasty fruity mojito on there. Happy days. Benny, what are you vaping on, lad?
I'm on the Zeus X with the Solomon Mesh with Jeffrey's Cocktail Dreams. I just can't get down this bottle. It's not a big... Do you know when you have one that it's all right, but you don't vape all the time? And you've got an 120ml bottle that just taking forever to finish. Do you know what I mean? So I've got that. And then I've got the Vaporesso Jane with the Fat Rabbit on top. And that's the last bit of Zeus Juice Black in there. And that's it for me. Not a big thing. I only vape one thing all day, me. That's it. Takes me ages. You know, so I will pass it on. And we'll go to Bill.
All right, Benny. I have the Saga with the... I'm going to have to look back here again. Every time I got to look back here. Well, anyhow, I have the Squid Industries Peacemaker on top with the bubble glass 9mm. And then that I have my strawberry shortcake that I mix up. I also have the Noisy Cricket with the Recurve Dual. And inside that, I have some frosted donut that I just made today that hopefully will be all right. And last, I have the Luxottics NC, and on that, I have the Guillotine V2, that kit that comes with it. And inside this, I am going to, right now, live, bust my cherry on vaping Custard. Here we go. Not bad.
The tension. It's not bad.
It's got a little spice. I mean, it's not. It's got a little bit of a spicy kind of taste to it. It's kind of hard to.
Spicy custard.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the Inawera custard.
Yeah.
And it's not bad though. I mean, it's not. I don't really taste much banana, but I didn't really put a whole lot of banana in it. I had a banana cake custard, but I taste like it's almost like a nutmeg type spice in it, or something, So, but anyhow, I said, I could vape it. I don't know whether it'd be an all day vape or not, but I'll probably mix some more, and I'll pass it over to Net. What you vaping on?
The Geek Vape Aegis with the Barrage and the Recurve Drip Tip. And in that I've got Soho Time, which is a Juice Fairy DIY liquid. Just 2 flavors in that, and that's Soho at 6% and Meringue at 3%. And it's lovely. But I've been struggling all day to taste anything, so that's all I've been vaping on all day. I've just been really, really struggling. I've been trying different flavors, trying to get rid of it, trying to get my taste buds working again. Nothing's working.
The thing is, if you've been mixing for a while, you can do that.
Sorry, what was that?
I said if you've been mixing, mixing constantly and trying different flavours, you need to refresh them, just ease off a little bit and not.
Yeah, well, that's why I've just been kept sticking to this, and it's quite a neutral flavour. It's like a tobacco, so
Yeah,
stick to that. But that's about
Pretty much
it.
exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. CJ?
Okay, I'm on the Blotto with the, I've forgotten its name, G-Class, there you go. Is it to me, G-Class? Yeah. In that, I've got some concentrates by Jack Rabbit. It's the banoffee pie. Mixed it up last night. Can't really taste it at the minute, but it's got a steep. So, but I thought I'd try it on the show. And I've got the Odin with the trilogy on top of there. And I've got another concentrate, which is Rachel Rabbit, lemon pear, and raspberry, which is my favourite out of the lot. So I've got that in there. And that's me. There we go.
That's
Well done,
everyone. We're all done.
That's all.
yeah.
So,
Well done.
we're going to be talking about donuts. What donuts have we all got? I have got Flavour of Apprentice frosted donuts, and I have also got, I can never say a Toblerone, whatever they're called, donut, and it's fucking beautiful.
Is it Cerebro?
Cerebro.
I don't know either, mate. I don't know that one either. But I've only got, I had frosted donuts by TFA, and I can't find it for the life of me. So all I've got is the one that no one ever likes, that no one ever knows what to do with it, is chocolate glazed donut by Capella.
That horrible stuff.
Do you know, right? Everybody says that. It's horrible. It is. You can't make out of it. It's it's right nice in an ice cream if you're doing a Neapolitan.
Ooh.
So just add, like 1 or 2% of that. I was telling Pippa last week. She says, I'm only one that's probably found something to do with it. And it does. It gives you that chocolate sort of. Because when you get a Neapolitan ice cream, it's always that bitty chocolate in it, not a smooth chocolate or all like that. And it gives you that in it. So I've used it in that.
Nice.
But that's all. I couldn't find my frosted donut. I don't know where it's bloody gone. So
I have it.
Yeah, I sent it over to
The only
Bill.
donut that I have is the frosted donut. So the TFA frosted donut, and I just ordered that. I didn't have any donuts, so I just got that in, but I mixed some up and stuck it in here with a little bit of sweetener, and it's tasting like a glazed donut. It's not really that bad, And we know Graham has got like 700 flavors of donuts. They're all behind
Graham's
him.
the donut
He
king.
just put pictures of his donuts behind him so that you'd know,
That one, the one with bacon on.
Bacon.
This glaze, I bought this for DIY or Die's Bro-Nuts because
Right.
it was one of the top ranking recipes. So I bought that to make that thing what that was like, and didn't like it. I've used it once. I have Capella's glazed donuts, which I've got flavour notes for, and it does seem that I've used a little bit, but I can't remember and I've got no recipes for it, so
Obviously, you didn't like it then.
obviously. And then my two favourite donuts, the Salubarone, which is my favourite donut, which is that kind of donut that you get at fun fairs. The really doughy, stuff. And it's got a little bit of powdered sugar on top of all. That's what I can taste when I push it up quite high. And I've also got Wonder Flavors. Is it glazed donut? Yeah, glazed donut, which I use a hell of a lot of. I've gone through about 13 mils of that stuff, mixing it with other stuff. And I've got Zapola Flavor Art, which is like the outside of a donut.
Right.
And if you use it really low, you can use it at, I use it on banana fritters.
Nice.
And another one which I've got is sweet dough, which
Did that arrive today, did it, Gray? Did that come today, did it?
No, it's been for it had this for about 3 weeks. I keep on ordering every week. It's lock-in. I've got need to shop. But if you use that with that, it makes that really doughy,
Right.
which is really, really nice. And there's loads of things you can mix with the glazed. Let's see.
Hey, Pippa. Pippa's in.
No pepper.
Hello, Pippa.
Yeah, I've like I say, I'm not a big fan of donuts. I find that a lot of donut e-liquids just don't taste like a donut.
I haven't found a good one for years.
No, they just don't.
Never found a good one.
They don't taste of donuts.
No.
I think it's hard to get the hole right, is what it
Maybe
is.
so, Bill. Yeah, I think that's might be what it is. It's getting that hole in the middle, you know. So you want on the inhale, you want a bit of cake and a bit of the jam and everything. On the exhale, you just want an hole.
The whole. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
One
No,
of
I
my
just find
favourite
that donuts don't always float my boat.
Like one of my favourite donuts I've ever had is a company called Ultimate Juice. They've got the 5-0 donuts, and they're fucking beautiful, man.
They are nice. They are nice.
But as you say, though, it's not really donut. Like they've got a cherry one, and it's more like a cherry cake rather than cherry donut.
Yeah, that's what I get out of them. Like a cake,
like
sort of, rather than
really, really nice. But yeah, I do agree with you there. It's not donut. Do you know what I mean?
Because it needs to be more bready than cake, doesn't it?
Mm.
You know, like Graham's saying, maybe that's the way to do it. If you mix the sourdough with it, to give it that dough sort of feeling, rather than a cake that's a crumbly sort of thing. That's what I'd be looking for in a donut, and that's what, like I say, a lot of donuts. They're just a bit of cake on a background that's, you know.
Well, you find that with donuts you buy from shops as well, because there's all the different types of donuts. I went on a big donut spree when I started with donut flavors. I bought donuts from Co-op, Asda, Sainsbury's, Sayers.
You went to local fair.
Now they make cake donuts. Yeah. They do make cake donuts here. I mean, we have donuts, and then they sell cake donuts.
Right.
And cake donuts taste more of a cake, you know.
Well, I found that with Dunkin' Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to America, I got all excited. I went, I get to go to a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I walked away so disappointed.
Should have got Krispy Kreme. They're better. You know, Krispy Kreme donuts are better than,
Are they cakey?
No, they're not. They're more doughy.
Yeah.
See, like John Riker's put in, I always find, because it's when you go to Seaside, when you go to fairs and that lot, the fried donuts, aren't there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Rather than a baked donut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm always looking for, is that. And that's not what I get from a donut, as in a juice on a donut, because you don't get that fried sort of bit on it.
I worked in a donut shop for, I don't know, about 6 months. I went in at like 3 a.m. and made the donuts, and they were all like big deep fryers. And then you just did it. You mixed up the dough. You did everything else. You cut them. You threw them in a deep fryer, and then you had the little deal. You ladle them out, bring them out. And that was in like a donut shop, not in a fair or anything.
I thought you were going to tell us you were putting holes in donuts.
No, well, I did. I put the holes in. That was one of my specialties. Was I was an a-hole, and I was able to do a hole real well.
So yeah. So when you, like I say, I've not got that much experience. I've only got this that I've used that in the ice cream, and that were for Neapolitan. They give it the chocolate. It doesn't taste like a donut at all. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't even taste like a chocolate. It's like a £1. It's like a 1p chocolate instead of a 10p chocolate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, DE just put in chat. People used to rave about a brand called Donut King. I didn't think they were.
Donut King. They've got a raspberry and coconut donut, and it's fucking beautiful.
I didn't try that one, but the ones I tried from them was a bit. I don't know.
I had the custard donut from them. It was one of my first vapes, and
yeah.
I've got raspberry coconut one's amazing, man.
Coconut, no.
But you can get that fried taste. There's a Polar gives you that kind of crispy fried kind of thing.
Right.
And recently, is the croissant.
All
When the
right, yeah.
flavour's croissant, it gives you this. It's not caramel, but it's kind of caramel, kind of coating on the outside. And I've been
Right.
checking up recipes on DIY flavors and stuff like that, and everybody's calling them cronuts.
Right.
When you mix this and with this, and it's supposed to be a mix between a croissant and a donut.
So with the Polar, where are you playing with it then? Can you push it, or do you have to keep it low? Or
If you put it around 1%, you get a very faint light, kind of battery kind of thing. But if you push it up to about 3, that's where the donut starts coming out of it.
right?
And there's a couple of other things. If you want the fried taste, that kind of like you've got grease on your tongue.
Yeah.
Fresh O3 recommended, of all things, avocado.
All right.
Yeah.
At around about 0.25, 0.3. It gives you that kind of greasy kind of thing on your tongue.
Right.
I can see that
I
working.
haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, I can definitely see that working. Don't think I'll try it, but
I don't.
I'd see it working.
So you wouldn't think about adding that to get you that taste on your tongue, would you? Do you know what I mean? That's the thing about playing and knowing your flavours. What can give you that little bit of a
extra?
That extra on your tongue that you're wanting out of an e-liquid. Pippa's just saying the best beer line that she has is Flavour West glazed donut. Goes well with support of cake batter. I've never used cake batter.
I've got cake batter.
The cake batter.
Is that Flavour West cake batter, yeah?
That's Flavour West cake batter. And if you put that with that and you follow it and you get Pippa's recipe, which I made up last week without the nuts. And it's like a Sayers donut.
Right.
I'll put a link. Oh, I can't put a link in. I haven't got a wrench.
Yeah.
But it's called Not Another Donut Recipe.
Yeah, I think that was a hint, Benny.
I think it was. Chat and I'll give you a spanner.
Type something in chat.
Type in chat. I haven't got a wrench.
Give me a wrench.
Give me a wrench, you spanner.
Everybody else has one. Why shouldn't he?
Rev.
See, I like the cake flavor better than I like the dough flavor. So I don't have a problem with something that has more of a cake taste than a donut taste because I like the cake flavor. That was like when I did this, somebody said to me, well, you used yellow cake in it. And I'm like, yeah, it's strawberry shortcake. We use yellow cake. I mean, with our strawberry shortcakes, that's what we would do a lot of times, is take like a yellow cake mix and then make it and then put strawberries and whipped cream and everything on top of it. So I like the cake taste. I guess it's just what I'm used to.
Yeah, Pudsy's saying that he likes anything with Capella yellow cake in it. Does it for him?
Yeah.
It all depends on what you're wanting out of your donut, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. I made a donut the other day that's got like 13 concentrates in it, and I'm scared to see what it's going to turn out like.
There's how much I like Capella yellow cake. If I had a big ass bottle of shit.
So why did you go with 13 flavours then? Why?
Because I've never actually made a donut before, and I got dead excited. So this recipe's got 0.25, 0.5% of acetylpyrazine, 5% Toblerone donut, 1% brown sugar, TPA, 1.5% buttercream, 4% cinnamon churro, 1% cotton candy, 4% TPA frosted donut, 2% marshmallow, 2.5% salted caramel, 2% vanilla frosting, and 1.5% yellow cake. It's got me a little bit carried away with it.
A little bit.
Wouldn't it have been easier to list the ingredients you didn't put in that?
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, that might turn out to be a banging recipe that you've done.
Like, I'm open. Like, I've had it. When did I make it? I made it on the 3rd. So I've had 3 days sleeping on it. It tastes like shit right now. It tasted well worse when I first made it. But all I can really taste in it so far is the Capella frosted donuts. You know, like there's like a citrusy notes in it, and it's like really, really citrusy on the top end of it, and it's just like that's just pushing through everything over all the salted caramel and whipped cream and everything I've got in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be. Hopefully, it turns out half decent. If not, try again.
Just make a lemon donut. It might be simpler.
Yeah. Yeah, we said we would just start off simple, Bobo. Go from there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum, I put donut in there.
So yeah. So with your donuts, like obviously we said Bobo's tried this, his 13 recipe donut makes an out of banger. We don't know yet. How long do you steep a donut?
I'm leaving this for at least a month. At least a month.
Yeah,
I try to leave it for about a month.
Oh. No, couple of weeks. Like we're anything that's got a little bit of dents. Like at least 2 weeks it needs. You know what I mean? At the very least, to get all of your depth in it. From my experience, anyway.
By the sound of your recipe, 2 months.
Yeah. I just put, like I said, all I put in it was the TFA frosted donut and 0.5% super sweet. And it actually tastes, you can taste the frosted donut, and the super sweet just kind of makes it kind of give that sweet, sugary donut kind of when you take a bite out of a glazed donut type thing. So, and this I made yesterday, so, I mean, the donut flavor, that's what you're saying you taste, is just the frosted donut. So I think the frosted donut, if you use the frosted donut, too much of it, maybe it just takes that long for everything else to work its way up into it.
Maybe. I tasted it just before I came on. I'm like a little bit of salted caramel now, but that's about it.
Yeah, Pippa's saying about a week for a good donut recipe. So yeah, it's like everything. You're probably going to have a couple of weeks for a good one. It's only going to get better in it. Maybe Bobo's may get better. We're not sure on that one.
Yeah.
Nah.
So yeah, like I said, I've had very little experience with donuts. So that's why it's obviously Graham's gone for a recipe. He's done a couple, haven't you, recipes that you've picked up this week. You've done your own, and you tried someone else's?
Yeah, I did Pippa's.
He did Pippa's donut, yeah.
I'll put the link in again now. I've got a spanner.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have the nuts, and I don't particularly like nuts. There you go, it worked. I did this on, great, the 3rd. Move it away from my eyes. And I didn't have the vanilla nut brittle or the butter pecan, which is the whole point of the recipe, I think, the nuts on top of the donut. But the way that, first tasting it, the caramels and the butterscotch and the custard turned it into that Sayers donut, the topping on the Sayers.
You know what's a Sayers donut?
Topping on the Sayers or the topping of the Greggs? It's a Sayers one. And
I
really want to go out and get some now.
That's a Liverpool thing. We don't have a Sayers. It's called £1 bakery here.
Oh, it's £1 bakery in Liverpool now. They've fucking taken over all the Sayers. There's only like 4 Sayers left in Liverpool, man.
It's because Sayers is the same company.
Yeah.
The guy who owns Sayers run it into the ground and laid everybody off, didn't they? And then opened it up as £1 bakery.
They fucking make a killing at the £1 bakery, man. It's fucking well better than Sayers ever was.
Yeah.
And there's like 18 people working there, so like there can be a queue of 20 people and he's still served in like 3 minutes at the boss.
Yeah.
Sausage rolls for £1. Fucking all day.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I got a £1 bakery, mate. 2 Cornish pastries. Banger. Traditional Cornish pastries are bangers. But anyway,
yeah.
So
Pippa says
basically, like I say, it's a Greggs in it. It's a Greggs sort of thing. So that'll be more like a cakey one than a fried one, won't it?
Yeah, it has that. It has cake batter in.
Yeah.
But the Sayers donuts are £2 something per donut.
Oh, chuff that then. I'm not going there.
Yeah. And next door but ones, we've got a co-op, and they do one of my favourite donuts, which you can do with the Sugary donuts. You just need the powdered sugar on the top and like a raspberry center or a jam center or custard.
Yeah.
Taking out the whole. You know, Pippa said you made a castrated donut, no nuts, Graham.
See, I'm not a big fan of nuts in vapes. I don't.
I'm just not a fan of nuts in real life, so I haven't really had them in.
So you don't like pistachio?
I like pistachio nuts. Yeah, I like pistachio nuts.
Well, so that's a nut that you like in vape.
No, but
right?
I don't like. No, I don't like it in vapes. I don't like nuts in vapes.
Have you done? There was a commercial pistache that they call it is what the juice is. It's a commercial juice called pistache that everybody rants and raves. I've never tried it personally, but it's like a pistachio. But I got a little bit of pistachio. Someone had told me with my strawberry shortcake, they told me if I added like 0.1% of pistachio, that it'll actually bump the flavors up. I don't think you get actually the pistachio, obviously at 0.1, you shouldn't get much, but it's supposed to kind of kick the flavors out in a little bit.
I had a juice that had I think it was Cutwood. I think it was Boss Reserve. Had a bit of nut in it. It was actually all right.
Yeah, I'm not a big. Like I say, I'm not a big fan. I have a question. Could you use a donut in combination with something to create a chouse pastry flavour?
What's
chouse
pastry?
Pastry is a pastry, innit?
What is it though?
The chouse pastry is do you know like the chocolate eclair sort of thing?
Yeah, what Michael's talking about, you can get them from Asda. They're called Yum Yums.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Yum Yums.
How do you get them from Sayers, I think?
Yeah, Yum Yums were usually Thurston's.
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. I imagine you can just use the croissants, but that croissant from Wonder Flavors has a coating on it, and you don't want the coating, you just want the inside of it. So, what would you use? I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. I was wondering how to make a Yum Yum.
Thank you.
If you get a really good juice and you vape it, you'll say yum yum, and that's all you have to have. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Tollemaquer chouse pastry was. What is it?
Fitter
roll thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like a chocolate eclair.
Yeah.
Well, you've got that Wonder Flavors cream puff flavor, which is quite close, but the pastry's so light it's buried in the cream. You'll have to boost the puff pastry up. Could work, but the cream overpowers it, I think. What else is there?
Overpowers the donut.
The cream overpowers the pastry flavor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So mixing that with a donut, I don't know.
Yeah, it might do. Would it do it with that sourdough? Do you think it'd do it with that?
Well, the sweet dough.
Yeah, sweet dough. Sorry, yeah, sweet dough.
No, I think this is more of a cut. I use this for bread.
Right.
So it's more kind of heavy.
Right.
And you've got to use it in really, really low quantities.
Yeah, Yum Yums are brilliant. I like Yum Yums. That's it.
Yeah, seen Jenny popped them in the shops before they opened Steamworks. She used to come in and see us all the time with just fucking shitloads of Yum Yums with boss.
Yum Yums!
She opened her own shop. Now I don't get Yum Yums, for fuck's sake, Jenny. Yeah, what was that coffee donut recipe that you had the other week, Graham, with the butter pecans?
That was Pippa's.
Was that Pippa's, was it?
With the with the pecan
roasted, what is it? Pecans
roasted
and cream, was it?
And I'll just check. I've got a coffee swirl donut. No, that's
I want to give it a try.
So you have pecans, but you don't have the other nuts?
It tastes like coffee.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
That's from that. But there's different things that you can, with your custards and donuts. Like, custard donuts are just to die for. But the thing is, you want it really, really thick, the custard. So I was using Premier custard, and I threw some New York cheesecake in with the custard,
Right.
and it really thickened it up, and it was really nice. Only at about 1.5% with like 2% Premier custard, which really worked.
Right. So yeah, so like I say, if you want, it depends what you want on you, because it is a thicker custard in your donuts, isn't it? Rather than a drizzle custard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
It's
can stand
usually
the spoon up in
denser.
it, can't you?
Yeah.
You can stand the spoon up in it. It's that
Yeah.
thick in the donuts.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, that, yeah, thicker custard. You know, so like I say, when we're doing that innerwear, there's a bit of the thicker custard. You know, when we talked about it last week, you know, you could probably play around with things like that, you know, rather than the TFA one, which were more of a sweeter custard. It depends what you want, innit? This is beauty of DIY. It all depends on what you're wanting out of a concentrate. You know, how your e-liquid wants to turn out. It's your own personal taste. You know, so you get a baseline, start off with that, and then create what you imagine in your head, what you want it to be. You know. All right, so we're saying cake batter gives you that dap in a custard donut. Gives you that thickness that you want.
Oh.
So it might be worth trying that, Graham, to thicken it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I've got that here. But the reason why I chose the New York cheesecake is because it's used in, what was it, Grant's Custard My Way.
Right.
Which thickens all the custard up and gives you that kind of coating, you know, that coating on your tongue that you get, which is really nice. But the other ones I've been fighting with is jams inside custards.
Right.
I mean, not inside custards, inside donuts.
I knew what you meant.
The amount of different types of jam I've tried. Because, especially raspberry jam, because it tends to be that really tart stuff. When you bite in, you just go blumph and just goes tartness. Sometimes a bit too much. The Asda donuts I find a bit too tart. But I've been messing around with the Vape Train raspberry jam, which is quite nice. I haven't put it in a donut yet, but I'll probably try that tomorrow.
The Vape Train, that I got the Vape Train the other day, I think. Was that from your recommendation? The Vape Train raspberry donut?
Which word are we worried about? Yes.
Yeah, I got that. That arrived today. All my custards that should have arrived for last week's show arrived today, by the way.
I've got 2 donuts on order. I'm waiting for them to appear.
So is it a terminology thing? Because like here, a jelly donut instead of
jelly,
jam?
Jam's jelly.
Yeah, we call it.
Well, see, we have a difference between jam and jelly.
Yeah.
Jam and
jelly.
jelly are 2 different things.
Yeah, it's jelly. We call a jelly is a thing that wobbles.
Right. Well, so
Like
see, jam and jelly are 2 things. You can buy jam and you can buy jelly, and you can get like a grape jelly and a grape jam. The grape jelly is more of a candy kind of thing. The grape jam would have more of the seeds in it and be more, or a strawberry jam would have more of the seeds and stuff in it. And
Right,
here,
we just call it
jelly
jam.
would just be,
both of them, no matter what
there's
one
a
it is,
difference
that's
between the 2.
Yeah, they're both jam.
Yeah.
I can tell there's a bit of a language barrier.
Yeah, jam over here. I don't know. Whatever you spread on your toast on a morning is jam.
Yeah, you can get a bottle of jam or a bottle of jelly.
That's
2 different things.
See, a jelly over here is a thing with cubes. You put in a bowl, put some hot water over, mix it up, put it in your fridge, and let it set, and it wobbles. Yeah, it wobbles. That's jelly.
That's Jello, not jelly.
It's Jello.
It's jelly.
Jello.
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 Yeah. Jello, Jello.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Gelatin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like I say, it is getting. So, have you cracked it yet, Graham? That with that getting the jam.
Well, the last raspberry I tried was Innerwear raspberry with some razzleberry thrown in. That was I quite enjoyed that, but I kind of switched to the strawberry which I've been using. One of my favourite ones is strawberry jam, but that's very, very top end. So I've been throwing, I think it's FA strawberry in it to kind of really body it up.
Yeah.
But it's not quite there yet. I still can't get it right. And I'm 21 donut recipes, for Christ's sake.
Is that what you've done?
Yeah.
All I
And they
need for this jam in
and
the
they,
middle
and
with
they
some
don't go
custard,
back
is that what
that
you're
far.
after?
Been in search of the elusive donut. Just can't get the hole right. If you could get it, you'd have it. You'd have that donut just where you want it. You know.
See,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think
happens when you're chasing
Michael
it, innit?
says. And Michael said jam seeded and seedless, and that may be the difference. I think we call seedless jelly, and we call seeded jam. You know, it's basically what the difference between the two is. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So we just call it jam, seedless or seeded.
Yeah.
That's why I always couldn't understand why you have jelly with peanut butter.
Yeah. It's because it's just seedless jam is what you all would call seedless jam is what we have with peanut butter and jelly. PB&J, yeah, that's a big thing, you know. So
exactly, I could never understand that when I was a kid. Why you were doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
People just said the English created
your
the language,
best-
the Americans threw it in a blender, and the Aussies put it up and put swear words in.
Yeah. So Ned, what's your best donut?
I'm getting close with it's quite simple. I've got
Toblerone.
The French donut
Toblerone.
at 6.5%, and then I've got 1% Wonder Favours croissant. Actually, it's not that one. It's that one, which is exactly the same with raspberry barrel at 2.5, razzleberry at 0.75, and Tyrone nougat at 0.5, and that's for the topping, for the sugary taste topping.
Yeah, we were talking with Pippa about that sugary taste, weren't we, after the show last week?
Yeah.
She was suggesting some wow.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I'm not spending £3.20 to get it.
Cheap sucker. So he goes out and buys 5 other things to try to make up for the fact he didn't pay $3.20 to get that one, and he spends $8.
No, they do it in the Italian line on, I think it's Nom Noms, but it's out of set. It's not in at the moment. So when it comes back in, I'll just do an order of that. But the other things I've been trying with the sugary coating, and I just thought before I was getting concentrates out, I forgot about one, was cream cheese icing by Loran's.
All right, yeah.
Now I wonder what Pippi thinks about that as a topping, because I just thought, hang on, that has a powdery. You can get a powdery taste out of that. But the other ones I tried is meringue at 0.75%. That gives you a powdery taste as well, but it has to be the FA meringue because that's quite dry.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want a lot of it in it, do you? You don't need it to be...
Well, meringue has that has like a little milky taste to it. Kind of a malty kind of stuff.
Which, razzleberry, they're saying. Which one did you use for razzleberry?
Oh, the Flavor West, which has been dripped on and looks...
Yeah.
Looks like a razzleberry. Yeah.
Razzleberry. I don't know what a razzleberry is, but it's... I tried it and it seemed to work quite nice. And I tried the Innerwear flavors, the syrupy ones, the shisha.
Oh, yeah.
Shisha raspberry and everything like that, but it wasn't really what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But that's what part of it comes down to, is what you're looking for is not necessarily what I'm looking for, which is what Benny's looking for.
Yes.
Everybody's looking for what they're after, so you chase your own.
Yeah, of course.
Well, one of the first times I made a donut, Bobo challenged me to make was it a lemon donut?
Which I never got, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because he's chasing this raspberry one. Forgot you.
Oh, this was the first one I was chasing was a lemon donut, and I went out and bought Real Flavors lemon, thinking this was going to be great. I can put this. I put yellow. I don't know what was it, fluffy white cake as the topping, and I thought I'll stick this lemon in. It'll taste absolutely gorgeous, and it didn't go into the topping. It went into the donut.
Okay.
Right.
And I was like, no, I want you to be in the topping. I want you to sit on top. And it was just right away through the recipe. And I was just like, oh, I've got to buy another lemon. 12 lemons later. So you can have fun with things like that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, them custards from last week, now they've been stood a week, are lovely.
Oh, I've got some.
I can't wait to make some tomorrow.
Oh,
With all the
honestly,
custards
they've been stood a week. I've just taste tested them.
What's that?
The custards.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just taste tested mine, the custard, so.
Yeah, but Bill, because when you first did that with custard, though, you said you got that.
Yeah.
You won't like it,
it was kind of, no, it was, when I first did it, it had, on the knuckle test, it had the chemically type taste actually to it, to a degree. And now it's gotten into more, I did this on the 18th of April, so it's been almost 3 weeks now. And now it's kind of got, there's a little spiciness to it, and I don't really know where that's coming from,
Right.
but it's got kind of a spicy kind of flavor.
That might be your taste buds, because sometimes ice cream can do that, can't it? People get different notes off of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It could be, but like I said, I mean, it's not a bad vape. It's just, I was looking for more. I was thinking it was going to be more creamy, because when I was thinking custard, I was thinking cream. Yeah. And, so it's more like a spicy cream, I guess.
Benny JD saying, have you tried the peach custard again?
I haven't. I've got it here. We can have a little taste and see what we get now. I'll wick this up while we're all chatting. We'll give it a little blast and see where it's going now. But like I said, I think he's changed the custard now. I think he has gone with. There's a couple of bits I think he's changed on it.
I think I'm going to have to go lower on the percentage on these concentrates.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute with you.
Yeah.
We were on about. I'll tell it, lads, that we've now got a bit of a convert to DIY. Simple mixing.
One of us. One of us.
Exactly. So soon it'll be proper mixing, but we've actually. This is why CJ is on, which we'll talk once we get to Graham's holy grail of we could try and sort this donut out and see where we're going. We will go on to CJ. He's actually bought some concentrates and bought some mixing stuff.
Good lad.
Watching this show and talking to us, so
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Come
your
over to
experience in a
the
minute.
dark side. CJ is on the dark side now.
I've got to find some cotton. If I wanted some cotton, I'd be able to find it. Because I've moved it around. So, yeah,
I'll be back in just a sec. I need a wee.
We'll just pop and go and have
There
one
we
then.
go.
Go and have a wee.
Yeah,
So-
it says B for beer. That's the reason
How
he's
long
got
have
it.
you been working on this donut then?
My donuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep on changing my mind about what kind of donut I want.
Right,
I'll
well,
be,
that
I'll
doesn't help,
be
does it?
making a raspberry donut, and then I'll change my mind and I'll make something else, and then I'll change my mind and start making breakfast.
You start making what, breakfast?
Yeah,
Bacon
well,
and eggs.
I've been using donut in, where is it? I've been using the glazed donut with Cerebrome's toast to make jam on toast or jelly on toast.
Yeah.
But that toast flavor, it's a bit like, do you know when you get the dark toast?
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of them, I find that on a lot of the toasty liquids are like
Taste
burnt
burnt,
toast.
don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I find a lot of them, and I'm not. They're all right for like first probably tankful, and then after that I'm like,
Yeah.
If you like burnt toast, then you'll probably like it all. But yeah, I'm not a big.
I quite like burnt toast.
Oh, you're all right. Then you probably enjoy it. Then.
So
Yeah,
I'm actually all right. But
You have to take the knife and scrape it so much to get all that burnt off of it. It's just you keep scraping and scraping, and then you finally just get down to bread. So no, burnt toast is no.
Well, with all these other ones, which actually say the donuts, apart from the glazed donut, which you can do quite a lot with, there's the polar you can do surprisingly a lot with, because if you bring it down really low, it's like as one of my favorite things I like to make is banana fritters.
All right, yeah.
That's in the kitchen. I love banana fritters, and then pour golden syrup all over them. So if you keep that low and pour it over and make a decent banana, put that over as a little fried bit on the outside, and you've got the banana fritters that you get from the chippy.
Bosh.
You get what? Banana fritters from your chippy?
Yeah.
We don't get banana.
You get banana fritters from your chippy?
No.
No.
No. But is it a Liverpool thing?
It's a South Liverpool thing, that, mate.
Oh, okay.
We get fish
What's
and
a
chips.
chippy?
Yeah, we get fish and
What's
chips,
a chippy?
fish cakes,
Chip shop.
sausages,
Oh, okay.
but not bananas.
The one on our corner, the Chinese chippy on our corner, do banana fritters and Mars bar fritters.
But that's a Scottish thing, isn't it, Mars bar? Puds will be like that.
Yeah, Mars bar. Yeah, Mars bars. No.
You can get a deep fried pizza as well, I think someone were telling me from Scotland.
No, thanks.
Love that.
So, do you reckon are you gonna stick to one course on this donut then? Are you going down the raspberry with the powdered sugar on top, or?
No, I've been flip-flopping between raspberry and custard.
Right.
I've actually got a recipe nearly the same as Bo's.
Which one?
You'll find it. I think it's called Donut Delight.
That's one with one with about 18 different ingredients.
That's
It's quite
the one.
clear.
You can't release it because it costs a bloody fortune, like, but...
The other things I kind of try mixing with them is like a butter toffee.
Oh, yeah.
There's one flavors does this butter toffee, and if you put it out to like 0.75%, it makes a really nice topping. Go anywhere over that. Ugh,
Yeah.
it's horrible. I use that with vanilla swirl.
I like vanilla swirl.
Oh, it's fantastic flavor.
Mm.
And coffee donut. There is one I did mix up last week, but as I say, I can't taste it at the moment. I want to leave it for another week. I try just a simple donut, which is the glazed donut, and I put chocolate mousse in it.
All right, yeah.
Just those two flavors. I'm just trying to see what happens when I put those two flavors in it, because I made a cake the other day with yellow cake and put the chocolate mousse in, and it fluffs up the yellow cake.
Fluffer. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Mick. How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, Mick. Hip hop. You all right? Hope you're feeling all right, Mick. TD, do you remember that peppermint liquid you reviewed?
Trying to remember.
Was it not that nice?
I can't fucking remember it.
Oh, right.
Must have been that nice. I can't remember it.
Obviously, you didn't get it again, then.
I think it was Mediterranean peppermint. That's what it was.
Mediterranean, yeah. Caramel custard with creme caramel vapor train. Yeah, I've got vanilla swell. I think vanilla swell is lovely.
Well,
I do.
what's the other thing I'm kind of chasing is the icing that you have on the top of the donut.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite close with Flavor Apprentice's marshmallow with a little bit of super sweet in it.
All right, yeah.
Because I need it wet. I need that wet kind of stuff that you get on it, but it's not quite right. I don't know if I got the percentages right or mixing that quite there. But apart from that, I'm going to try the peppers. See if my taste buds have come back.
Yeah, give it a
I've
whirl.
just made. Go on, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I've just made a raspberry crumble donut. It is 5% Toblerone donut. It's going to be Toblerone from now on. It's 10% raspberry crumble because that's what ELR suggested to me, so I'll give it a go because I've not mixed with it before. 2.5% your Capella yellow cake and 2% raspberry jam, VTA. And so far, straight away, 30 seconds after mixing it, it's going to be good.
Yeah. What are you getting? Are you getting the donut and the jam, or?
I'm getting a little bit of the donut because obviously it's still just brand new fresh.
Yeah.
But like that raspberry jam and like I can proper taste the raspberry crumble as well. I found with that raspberry crumble, there's not really any crumbly notes to it. It's just it's not like a high raspberry note, if that makes sense. It's like a straight down the middle raspberry.
Yeah.
But, ooh.
You went 10%?
Yeah, that's what it suggested, so I'm going to give it a go.
I've never mixed 10% on anything, I don't think.
Is it SA raspberry crumble, Bob?
Hang on a
What's
sec.
that?
Pippa saying SA raspberry crumble.
Yes. That's the
I have
one, yeah.
16 milliliters of this because I accidentally mixed the raspberry with the other raspberry and got the mix the wrong way round. So it ended up 3% raspberry.
All right.
I haven't got the heart to throw it away.
Oh, bless you.
It's a Liverpool thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
So you're going to try Pippa's. Which one was that one then? Have you put it in chat?
I've already put it in chat, but I put it in chat again for anybody who's missed it. I'm still struggling tasting things.
You got
But I
Vapor's
still
tongue.
had it in my head how it tasted, and it was lovely. That one.
Or the olfactory syndrome in it, something it's called.
Yeah, olfactory fatigue.
That's it, that's the one.
Yeah, brush your teeth, brush your tongue, brush the back of your tongue, drink loads of water, and I've heard drinking coffees are good for it as well.
Smell coffee, I heard.
To see if that
Smell
helps.
coffee, that's the one.
What's that? Hand sanitizer.
100% alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, if it cleans your hands, it could clean your tongue.
I see the logic, but no.
It's kind of Trump logic, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like, it's the same logic that my 8-year-old son will have. No.
Wash your mouth out with soap. You know, that's basically what Mom used to say when you'd cuss when you were a kid. I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap.
Yeah. Pippa's saying about 3% for that one. Bobo.
Yeah, and I think that'd probably be better for it. I might try the same recipe again, but with 3%. But it's labelled up. I'll have a little taste of it next week.
Yeah.
See what it's like.
So, CJ, you tried a one shot at 20%.
Yes.
Why'd you go 20, might I ask?
Because that's what it said. It said on the bottle. There you go.
It said what?
20%.
20%. I can't see that, but it said 20%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, most one shots say mix between 20 and 30%.
yeah,
And on my
this one's far too strong, the lemon pear and raspberry, and this one's a little bit weak. But I think that's because it needs to steep because it's a kind of a desserty one. So I need to steep it.
So, CJ, well, Bill's introduced you on that one. I just asked you.
Yeah.
What was the conversation we had that you says to me for an hour?
Yeah. So I just wanted to learn everything. I just wanted to, learn everything, get it all in my head before my juices arrived. But then I forgot, so I had to ask you again.
To be honest with you, CJ, it's something that you learn
It is.
from your mistakes. Same with anything else. Like you go,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that one again. You'll try something else.
Yeah.
Like you'll make well more shit juices than you make nice juices. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, CJ, don't try. I can tell you from experience, when you mix one that shit, don't think, well, I wonder if I grab some of this bottle and squirt a bunch of this shit in there, and then if I get my this and squirt some of this in there, maybe, and then let it set for another week and try it. Maybe that'll come in, and maybe that'll make it. Once it's shit, it's shit. You can put sugar on top of shit, it's still shit with sugar on it. That's all it is.
Well, that's what I've gone for one shots.
Yes.
I've gone for one shots for now because I don't want to start mixing things and I don't know what I'm doing. So it's might as well just get some one shots in where I know the flavor profile.
Right.
Mix that up and then see where we go from there.
So,
But the thing is, the one shots, even though you know the flavor profile, it's kind of like going out and buying a commercial juice where you're like, I know raspberry, so I'm going to try this raspberry commercial juice. And you taste it and you're like, yeah, it's not what you were looking for. It's the same way with one shots. When you're getting them, you've got in your mind and in your mouth, your taste buds, what you think this is going to taste like, because it's a one shot and you think, well, it should taste like this because they put all that stuff together. It can still taste like shit. Just because it's a one shot doesn't mean that they hit that recipe.
Yeah.
yeah, we were
It's in the
talking.
same way that think how many premium juices that you bought in your life, and you're like, that's fucking shite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this is why it came about, because he put in an order about 4 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago,
yeah.
For your big Eve, for his, he spent, because he was telling us on group, we have a little group chat. He'd done about 130 quid on e-liquid.
More.
Well, more than that on e-liquid. So obviously he started watching our show and talking to us and that, and he says, and he noticed that Vaporable had Jackrabbits, and he quite likes Jackrabbits and Riot Squad. So I said, right. So he decided then, what we're going to do. He says, how do I do this? So I went through it with him, and we worked out that he'd save ordering all the stuff up with 72 nicotine, the concentrates to make up, like, it makes up about 120 mil, done it, a bit more. You've got enough left over to get another bottle, and you've got like another 60. We worked it out, and it'd save about 35, 40 quid. Just doing it at home.
It's like these. Just jam concentrate, one shot figgies, mix them at 20 to 30%. I normally go 25 with them. I don't know if I get them wholesale price or not, but I buy these for £5 and like I make 250, nearly 300 ml of juice out of it.
Well.
Yeah, what is that?
Just jam raz.
Oh, yeah, fully DIY.
You what?
Is that fully DIY or is that
no,
one shot?
that's from concentrate, same as yours, mate.
Right.
No,
it's fucking beautiful, isn't it?
I had a bottle. In fact, right, we went through it while we were talking the other day about what I've got for one shot concentrates. I've got enough to last me a year. That I hadn't used. They're just bottles that I hadn't used. They just sat there.
Yeah.
Because I've mixed up other stuff instead, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so this is where we're saying about buying ones to start off to get you that bit of a try of it. Because it's weird trying, isn't it, buying a one shot?
Yeah.
Before you make that step and think, I'll give that a try.
I do want to try. I do want to try that dark. Is it Dark Star Code Red? The Gazget. Quite a bit. I do want to try that because he raves about it. I do want to try it.
What is it? What's the profile on it?
I think it's
Code
citrus.
Red. Sounds like a red is there.
I think it's like citrus fruits.
I just think it's it's just a mashed up fruit.
Yeah, just a mixture of fruits. Yeah.
Which will be
the only thing is
going into the summer.
When you go down the rabbit hole, though, if you get down it too far, then you find that you start buying this little bottle for whatever, and this little bottle for another 0.1%, and this little bottle for a whatever here. And then the next thing you know, you've got just tons of those bottles that you just use a little bit in this recipe every now and then. So, yeah, you do save by DIYing if you stay within the realm. But whenever you go down the rabbit hole and you start trying to mix 37 different donuts like Graham has, then you've got all of these little bottles of stuff that you just use every 6 months or so.
Yeah.
See, my last vape order for this kind of stuff, like the ready-made stuff, that was 200 quid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've just posted Benny's raspberry donut.
Ah.
Right, time to check out this raspberry donut.
So all in all, I think I'll save myself about 100 quid there.
Yeah, exactly. You will do. You will say. And you will have mistakes. Like I was just saying, mixing mistake, weighing scales were set to ounce instead of grams.
Nice.
Nice. So he's got, carried on, he's got a litre of pink lemonade now.
Or you pour VG and you get it backwards, and the next thing you know, you put in 80% PG and 20% VG, and your stuff tastes like grams because that's how he mixes.
I keep them in little bottles with the labels. They've started to wear off, that need some new labels. I had them on my desk and just went, oh yeah, no. That looks a bit weak.
Why is that
VG running out?
See them?
What's that, Net?
They're 5 milliliter kind of chemical samples bottles. Got them from Wish. Stick a number on the top, and they're great for single flavor concentrates instead of using detached concentrates instead of using the 10.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about them on the first one of these shows I was on, I think.
Yeah.
These are absolutely great. Normally, you'd use, but there's a pie base. Try to get a pie base right for lemon meringue pie, which doesn't taste of coconut.
I would like to try. I think it's Charlie's Chalk Dust does a lemon meringue. That sounds really nice.
Yeah,
like lemon.
Pippa's just said to a good thing to do. Pick up a one shot, epic shot from Chef's Flavors,
right?
And he's got his recipe on ELR, so you could get the recipe. So get the one shot that he's mixed and play around with the recipe by getting the individual flavors, because you know what the one shot's supposed to taste like, and then you can learn for mixing yourself with your concentrates.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a discount code for them.
For Epic Shot?
Chef's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Chef's. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll find it. Add coupon code.
See, I order everything from Bull City. I don't order from the, most everything that I get, like I said, but Bull City, it's really nice where I'm at. It's just, you pop it in. It's usually 2 days turnaround, even right now with everything that's going on, And the only thing is, everybody orders a lot of stuff from Bull City. So when you go to get like TFA, the 2 custard, it's always sold out, So then you find yourself having to order everything you want from one place, and then you go to somewhere else to get one thing, and you're paying shipping on both.
Yeah, I had to do that with that custard, V2 custard.
That's
Frank's in. Hey up, Frank. I hope you've got home safe and sound.
Daytime Frank, the man, the myth,
on the road,
the legend.
And he says epic shots are overrated, lol. I'm guessing he must know the mixer. You'll find that a lot of experienced mixers know each other. They have little jabs.
Yeah.
So, did you enjoy mixing it up anyway, CJ?
I did, yeah, I did. It doesn't matter if you go over a little bit, does it? On
No. You're mixing for yourself.
Yeah. I have found that they are. I haven't got the bottles with me now, but they are quite runny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% PG, man.
PG. it's so you have to do the VG to make up for it. Yeah. If they're PG based.
What I'm saying is I mixed it all up. PG, VG, nicotine. It seems still a little bit runny.
Did you account for the PG in the concentrate? So like you say, like if you've got 100 ml of juice and you've got 10 ml of concentrate in there, and for that to be 70-30, you'd have to mix the base mix at 80-20. Do you know what I mean? Because the PG will dilute the VG on it, and it'll then become 60-40, I guess, if you never accounted for it.
You can always add some, if you find it runny, you can always add some more VG to it later.
Yeah.
Vape a bit out of it and put some more VG in it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to, once you've mixed it up, you don't have to stick to that, because you can add some more to it, VG, it'll soon thicken it up. You know, once you've took a bit off at top, just have another bit of VG into it, thickens it up a bit.
Because you just have to pay attention to what you're putting in it. Like, did you put nicotine in it also?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then was that PG or VG based?
It was VG based.
Okay, so then you've at least that VG will level out that PG you're putting in from the other somewhat, but
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw a little I don't know, a little 10 ml bottle of VG into there. It should be sham with that. It should thicken it right out.
Yeah, that's what I say. If you find it's a bit thin, then you can always add to it. You know, it's going to turn out to whatever you might think it's a 70-30, and you might think that's because you're used to having 80-20 juices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that might be why that it's feeling a little bit. Yeah, steam engine. That's what I told him to go to. Steam engine. We put it all up on there.
Yeah. ELR or steam engine or whatever. But have you guys found that when he was talking about, can you go a little over? Is it okay or whatever else? I have found that mentally I can allow myself to go a little over, but for some reason I can't allow myself to go a little under. You know, if I'm still needing that 0.1%, I'll still try one more drop out of the damn bottle. I won't go like 0.1 below. You know, it's like I've always got to hit.
Yeah. I'd rather go over than under.
Well, I kind of go under than over.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm mixing, if some flavor's too strong.
Yeah.
For the other, instead of putting the others up, I'll bring the others down. I'll bring the strong flavor down.
Yeah, but once you know what you want, like I'm saying, if you know you want 2%, and you're going to go with 2 grams, for instance, and you get there and you're at 1.99, and you know you just need one more drop to get to 2, but then you hit 2 drops, you go to 2.03. Yeah. I can go to 2.03, but I can't stay on 199.
I've got to get it near to that 2 as I can. I
can go over, but I can't be under. You know.
And then when you're doing it, and the scale goes like that, wobble. Do you know when it sort of fluctuates, and you think, I've got it. Ah, shit.
If I take too long, my scales turn off, and I go, what number was I on?
Yeah.
Oh no!
A little thing for you there, Graham. If your scales turn off early, tap them. Just keep tapping it.
Yeah. Or if I get to reset the scales and start dripping, and I go, oh, damn!
Shit!
Yeah, that's a
calculation in your head.
Yeah. That is the worst one. When you're like that and you're not even looking, you go, I didn't tar it. I didn't. What I on? Then you have to sit there thinking, right, I wanted 2.3 grams. I put a gram in. Oh, yeah.
Or you grab the wrong bottle. If I set all my bottles here, once I get my recipe, then I've got like my strawberry and my cake and my whatever else. And I'm like, okay, I need 5% cake. And I pick up the cake and I start squirting it in, squirt. I get my 5%. Then I'm like, all right, I need 1% strawberry. I set that one down and I go to grab the other one. And I'm like, oh shit, this is cake. What was that? Oh, that was strawberry. So I've just flipped around what I was supposed to be putting in. So, yeah.
Vaping Manx just put in the only ever tried to mix my own once and screwed it up. Now just buy juice. You're going to screw up, mate. It is part of the course. It's all part of the learning curve. it's never going to come right straight away. You're always going to have, you might hit a banger once in like 25 times you're trying it, but you're always going to, because like Bobo's done, 21 different donut recipes, we had what we're on it with watermelon and that. You different. You got to try and get it till you get it to where you want it to be. So don't be scared of knacking it up.
That's the fun. That is the fun. Is finally hitting it.
And when you get it,
as long as you remember to label them and don't end up with a draw like that. They're all amazing, and you don't have a fucking clue what's in them.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. And I can't taste anything at the moment, as I won't be able to tell you.
The only problem is that you're going to have a banger of a flavour when you tested it a month later and think, wow, that's a right banger what? And you ain't got a clue what it is.
Right. Yeah. You don't know what to make. And the other thing is you make that banger, and sometimes when you make it, you'll vape it. You'll vape you'll make 100, and you'll vape that, and you're like, really, this is really good. I'm going to make another 100. You make another 100, and you start vaping it. About halfway through, it's like, this was really great for about the first 150 mil, but now all of a sudden it's like, I need something else.
Yeah.
So it's like you hit a flavor and you think, I could vape this for the rest of my life. And then 2 weeks later, you're tired of it.
Yeah. Sexy peachy for me.
Yeah.
I've vaped over 260 milligrams since the 24th of last month.
Yeah. And then you'll be tired of it.
Don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, like I say, try it. All the flavours is there that tells you, ELR, and all there with the top mixers on there that banging recipes out for you to try. Play around with them. And you can always play around with their recipes as well, if you wanted. If it doesn't tickle your taste bud of having, you want a bit more raspberry, or you wanted a different taste of raspberry, you can always try it with something else in it then. It's always... They're just take a recipe as a baseline and you adapt it to how you want it to be.
Right. Or if they're putting coconut in it and you don't like coconut, you just leave the coconut out and put the rest of the stuff in. Maybe substitute something that you like in for it that'll still hit on it.
Yeah, and see what it tastes like. Yeah, sweeteners. Sucralite, I don't mind sweeteners in some of them. I do add super sweet. I think that's. But TFA just brought a new sweetener out.
Yeah.
Have they? Have they brought one out? Have they? Yeah. What is it?
I don't know what. Les were telling me last time they brought one out that's not supposed to be a coil killer.
Oh, that's good.
Especially
for when you are making commercials, you do need sweet juice because sweet juice that sells. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yep, everybody's wanting that sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, I always, like I say, we talked about that before, single test your flavours. You know where to play around then.
Yeah.
You'll get an idea of what you're going to do with where you're going to put them then in the recipe and what they taste like and what you can sub out as well.
If your memory's good. Yeah. If your memory's good, sometimes you got to write down because if you've tasted 100 and then you're getting ready to do the one you tasted third, which was 4 months ago, then you're like, it's.
Well, I started doing the little taste bottles of singles, and then I started mixing like 2 raspberries together.
Yeah.
Different quantities, and I ended up with 10 different raspberries, and only one was nice. The rest were I think it was the blue raspberry I was doing, and I was trying to brighten the blue raspberry up, and I had about 5 different blue raspberries going into the blue raspberry, and only one worked. All the rest, one fermented it.
Fermented it? Wow. Yeah, that's not what you want, is it?
Fermented raspberry. I was like, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's Pippa, that's what I've heard, that they've brought a new sweetener out that doesn't knack up coils. Tony makes his own Eisenberg variant, and says it's lovely.
Sure.
I do like a bit of Heisenberg actually.
What's
that's a cool, right? That's a cool menthol type cool or something.
Yeah.
It's like an aniseedy
Yeah,
mixed
it's aniseedy.
fruits
Yeah.
sort of thing. But like I say, Papa Jiggly's saying innerwear of red fruits, but I don't know if when Heisenberg first came out, it would have been originally been an innerwear. Because that was one of the earliest, Heisenberg was one of the earliest because Vampire Vapes were the first one to do it. They were the original company to do it. And I don't know if they'd have had they'd have had innerwear then, I'm not 100% sure.
Heisenberg scum.
Yeah, the only thing they said is Inaware has changed a lot of their stuff though recently, and so a lot of it's not the same as it was before. Yeah.
I've only tried a couple of innerwear ones. I've got their grapefruit, and I've just got innerwear custard, I think. That arrived today.
Custard. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to giving that a little try.
The custard, if you knuckle taste that custard, it's got like I don't know, it's kind of a chemically taste. I got a watermelon. I got a TFA watermelon, I think it was, and man, does it tastes like dish soap. Dawn dish soap. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the hell I'm gonna do with it.
That innerwear custard really chemically in it. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
but it doesn't once you mix it though. Yeah, once you mix it, it's I can't taste that at all now after a couple 3 weeks. Nothing. That taste is gone. Yeah.
I'm gonna give them all a little mix tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony's not giving out his secrets. He said, I don't use any of them, Papa. I make it with not telling you. Flavour bending is another one. It's a lot harder to flavour bend to make something taste totally different than what it should be. I do find that one of the hardest things to do, flavour bending.
Yeah.
Well, if it's Heisenberg, aren't you cloning it?
Yeah.
Try to get as close as possible. I was just talking to CJ about that before we started, and I was like, I've never done a clone, so I may as well start right at the top. And I'm going to order Lemon Lush.
All right, yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get close to it by the sounds of everybody else reviews.
It's not Lemon Lush is lovely.
My mate's trying to replicate the black.
Yeah.
He said he's close, very close.
That'll be down to the grape, though, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, there was something that Daytime Frank said on the show before the week before I came on, that all these companies, they're going to have very few flavors. So it's going to all come down to the flavors which do multiple things. So like the lemon's going to be a lemon on a cake with something else, with a lemon accenting it. And they'll tend to get all their flavors from the same company.
Yeah. And Michael, a blackcurrant licorice menthol, just dump it in the commode. All I can tell you.
Right, we've done the 4 o'clock show out tonight. That's still there. Is Vic's custard? I know we were asked about it earlier. What's that, about 6 weeks now or something? I don't know. What are we on? Episode 6?
Yeah.
So it's about 6 weeks. It's just been sat there. We'll see if we get out.
All right.
I'd have to have a little try of that. Like, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
What type of blackcurrant is it in Heisenberg? Is it like a Vimto blackcurrant, watery one, or is it?
I've only ever had Heisenberg once.
Blueberry black Heisenberg in it, blueberry aniseed and menthol.
Yeah. I know it's aniseed in it. I know it's got aniseed in it.
Yeah.
And menthol. But
Well,
I don't know what
the black reloaded's got a little bit more aniseed in it than the original black.
So how's it going, Benny? You've hit it.
It's all right, actually. The peach has started to come forward from the custard now.
Yeah.
Where it was like I got more custard than peach, but now I'm getting more the peach than the custard. So yeah, it's all right. It's not bad.
Nice one. Do you know this is a real nice one? It's a custard glazed donut by a company called Kingston. I've been on this for about 2 weeks now. It's fucking gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna have a try and have a little flown of it.
No.
Well, like I say, once you sort of get it in there, you can start looking at ways of doing your favourite recipes, can't you? You know, your favourite e-juices. If you get one, you know, like I say, clone it if you can. Take inspiration from it and try and make it better.
Yeah.
That's, you know, if you got one, you know, and get it as close as you can. But yeah, fixed peach custard. We'll keep trying it in a couple of weeks, but yeah, it's not too bad actually.
Good.
Is that the complicated one or the simple one?
I think it was the prince. I think it is, or the king. I can't remember which one it was.
He's
It
got
was
two. There's
not
one which he's redone.
Yeah, he's redone one. That wasn't the redone one. That was the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the original one. So it's not bad. I think, but he has changed it. I think he's gone with juicy peach now.
Yeah.
I would tend to go down the nectarine route.
Oh yeah.
It's put the nectarine with an I can't remember which one is it. White peach. I had a bit of a peach spree at one point as well. I have these kind of things where I just go off on one for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Go, it's peaches.
I fucking know it.
Peaches. Yeah, you know it's.
I fucking know.
He keeps on getting messages. I found this fantastic peach.
I got one at like 3 in the morning a couple of weeks ago and it woke me up. It's like, fuck off, Graham.
There's peach, and then all of a sudden I got tired of peach, and now I've got 200 ml of peach sitting up here.
Yeah.
Now there you go. Tony's saying there's a guy that did a gas chronograph test on the original iceberg and found grape, melon, banana, pineapple, menthol, anise, and the eucalyptus in it.
Fucking hell.
It's a bit over the top.
Whoever made that just went like how I did with that donut last night.
Just had it all together, yeah.
You can see
just banged it all in about, wow, that's turned out right.
So whatever they've done, they've created the single best-selling e-liquid flavour in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fucking hate Heisenberg, but Jesus Christ, like I sell so much of it. So much of it.
Sells by the bucket load, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
Is that your bestseller?
Is it just starting out? It's just starting out in America, is Heisenberg. We were talking to, we had him on our show on the NUVS, and talking at the shop owner, and he was saying then that the Heisenberg is starting to be a big seller over there.
Is it? Yeah, fucking hell. It's one of the original flavours over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make
Well,
a
I say with vampire bit.
custard donut.
What, did you say a Heisenberg custard donut? You're a freak.
Hey, you might be onto a winner there, Graham. Might be onto a winner. Get it tried. Right, we're going to wrap it up then, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boys,
it's 25 left, isn't it?
Yeah. You're going to close it out then, Bobo?
Yeah.
Oh, go on then.
Then we'll
So, half an hour, it's flowing in, isn't it? An hour and a half. It's a good little show. I'm proper enjoying this. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I've made a nice little juice, which I will share with you all next week. Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much for sorting it all out, Benny, as always. You fucking star. CJ, have fun. It's fucking brilliant, mate. Bill and fucking Graham. Yeah. I'll pass it on to our lovely guest, CJ, today.
Okay, so thank you to everyone in chat, and thank you to the cast. It's been a an education, should I say? Been an education talking to you guys, because obviously you lot are experienced mixers. I'm just getting into it, so it's really great to get some information. If you're bored in about an hour and a half's time, you can catch me on Live Applause's channel, 12 p.m. UK time for the Lounge Live So I think we have a guest tonight. So pop over there if you can't sleep or whatever, or if you're still up. So thank you so much to everyone, and I'll pass it over to Graham.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm over on Monkey on Juice. If you want to share any of your recipes, we're on Facebook. Pippa's there. Well, not there at the moment. I don't know what she did. I think I'm not going to ask. But pop over and just come over and say hello. And thanks a lot, Bill.
Thanks everyone in chat, and the esteemed panel here, and our extremely special guest CJ. Enjoyed it, always do, and the time does fly on this thing. You look up, and that's how you know that you're enjoying what you're doing, when you look up and it's like, holy crap, we've been doing this for an hour and a half. And so I appreciate Benny having me on, and enjoy the company of these guys, and I'll pass it back over to Benny.
CJ, do you want to drop a link in for your show tonight, mate?
Oh, yeah, yes. Hang on, give me a sec.
Because Pippa's just asking for a link.
Yeah, give me a sec.
You just drop it in. Right, thank you everybody for joining us. And like I say, I hope you've learnt a little bit of things. I've learnt stuff, so this is what we're doing it for, to get it out there. And obviously we're getting CJ on to doing a bit of mixing. Simple mixing, got some one shots and mixing it up and moving it forward. It's a way of getting forward and trying things out. Hopefully next week we will have Les on. I'm hoping to talk about tobaccos, talk about his net tobaccos and everything, because he's starting to play around with mixing them with other concentrates. He's actually done one for me and NUVS, a caramel cigar.
Oh.
Yes, that's his new release.
Oh.
Which is net tobacco. So yeah, he's just brought that out and he's shared me a link through for that. So we'll get him on next week, hopefully, to talk about tobaccos and things like that. So we will put that out there, hopefully. Obviously, go over to the Facebook group and join up there and ask. What we're going to do as well, while we're still here, is we're going to ask in a couple of weeks' time just to send some recipes maybe into the group, which we can pull off, send them round and try them out, try some of your recipes out, and just see what we get from people who are watching the show. Drop them into the Facebook group and we'll check them out from there. I'll put a link to ALR or all the flavours, and we'll check them out, mix them up, and we'll see what they're like. And if you ever want to come on, if you mix and you ever want to come on, just hit me up. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram, or find Bobo and Graham on Facebook, and say want to come on and just have a chat with you. More than welcome. So thank you very much. We will be on next week, same time, 9 o'clock, and we'll catch you all later. So, bye for now.
Bye.
See you in a bit. Have a fucking good. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Keep the fucking doors.
And